Good morning once again, students, and welcome to our first social studies class of the fourth partial, our first video class, because I have been sending work for you that should be considered part of the class. Now, remember that we are going to be using more our WhatsApp to make questions, please. So, Russia and Northern Eurasia. Well, let's begin with the reason why we have divided Russia and Northern Eurasia from the rest of Europe. Well, first of all, Russia and Northern Eurasia. Well, first of all, let's remember the world. Here comes my drawing. As we know, this is Africa. And we have Europe over here. I know, don't criticize me. This is not perfect, but it is not intended to be perfect. It's just part of the, okay. So we have Africa and Asia and Europe. As you can see, kids, Africa is its own continent, right? You can see it's its own landmass. There's only a little bridge over here in what we know that is the Suez Canal, but but Europe and Asia, they don't have any division like this. What is their division? Tell me. They don't have any division. Well, we have the Black Sea over here, but that doesn't divide the land. We have the Caspian Sea. That doesn't divide the land. So, as we can see, all of Europe and Asia actually belong to one same continent called Eurasia, right? So all of this is Eurasia. Their division, the difference between Europe and Asia, is mostly cultural, okay? And the thing is that both Europe and Asia are very different culturally, between themselves and among itself. Europe has a lot of different cultures. Asia has a lot of different cultures. Africa also has a lot of different cultures among itself. So, but Africans, they have, their land is very distinct partly, although they have difference culturally. But remember, we're trying to classify geography here. So, in geographic terms, yes, there is, Europe and Asia. Now, also historical. Well, Russia, the thing is, Russia is composed of part Europe, part Asia. Most of it, the capital city. For example, you know that the capital city is Moscow, right? And the most important cities are in the European side. I mean, we have St. Petersburg, we have Moscow on the European side. But if you go and look at the rest of the map, you can see that most of Russia, the territory, is on the part of Asia. All of this region that is known as Siberia, that you made in your map already, this is mostly on Asia, and that is, a lot of resources, the natural resources that are used in Russia come from Siberia. But the most people living here, closer to Europe. And we have to remember that Siberia is a very cold place. So Russia is both. It has both. It has Europe and Asia. So that is why Eurasia. And now I'm gonna tell you another thing. Why we have many other countries. One's on the European side, and others on the Asian side. Did you notice this? When you did your map, some countries are on the European side, other countries are on the Asian side. Oh no, I'm transmitting. Sorry. This is what. Okay. So, yeah. Sorry for that. I got confused that you were watching being very small, but that's because I'm using this new software, and you're the first class that I'm going to be using this software with. But now you can see everything a little bit better. Sorry that I was so small. Nobody told me. Or did you? Did you tell me? No, nobody told me. Okay. So, but now let me do what I wanted to do. So let me put a map over here. Okay, so northern. Hello. I think. Yo sé, yo sé. Pero yo estoy en vivo ahorita. Vos por lo menos no te voy a hablar de frente. Okay, sorry kids. So I had this, but let me see here. Okay, I hope we don't have a problem. We shouldn't have a problem. So I explained a lot of things, but I think that they were not transmitted. So sorry. Let me go directly to where I was here. So I was telling you that Russia and Northern Eurasia, they, they belong to another. They were part of a nation called the USSR, the Union of Socialist Soviet Republics, or just called the Soviet Union. I don't know if you remember. So these were the former countries. I will tell you. So I spoke a lot by myself here. I'm kind of bad tripped about it. But I will tell you more about history on the next class better, because it's a lot. And let's focus today on the countries itself and maybe some of the physical regions. So, the countries that we are, the nations and the region that we are analyzing today used to belong to a country called the Soviet Union. Okay, so I'm going to be checking this because that's what stopped the last time. So the Soviet Union, or the Union of Socialist Soviet Republics, the Soviet Union. Now, the largest of these nations is Russia. So all of this belong to Russia. And I was telling you that Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania are on the European side, and they are on the Baltic Sea. And the Baltic Sea is the one that is very close to the Scandinavian peninsula, remember? So we have these three Baltic nations: Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. Then we have on the European side also we have Belarus, which in Spanish we call Bielorusia. And this larger nation over here, number 6, this one is Ukraine, which is which has a coast on the Black Sea. As you can see, this is the Black Sea, and the Black Sea is connected to the Mediterranean Sea. Okay, and we also have the country of Moldova, and this little red part is also a part of Russia. Okay, so this is Russia. Okay, so how are we doing here? Let me see. Okay, now, so these are on the European side. These 6 nations, new nations, are on the European side. Well, 7, including the Russia. Sorry. Now, on the Asian side, we have, this region is called the Caucasus because of the Caucasian mountains. Let me look for. No, sorry. Okay, kids. Sorry, I don't know what's happening to this software, but I'm going to try to fix it for the next class. So let's just let me finish here, and I'm going to be checking this a lot because this is the software that I'm telling you. Sometimes it stops transmission, and that bumps us out. So these are the nations. Check them out, learn them. We're gonna have more classes about it, and well, on the next class I'm gonna be telling you a little bit more about the history of these places. But just remember for reference points that this region is the Caucasus, this is the Black Sea, this is the Caspian Sea, this is Central Asia. So it's a good idea to, when we learn about nations, to divide them by their region. So if these ones are on the Eastern Europe side, we know that they have to be, let me check, okay, everything's good. Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Belarus, Ukraine, Moldova. Number 8, the easy one. This is Georgia. And next we have the stands. We have a lot of stands. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. All of them end with an. And most of them with stand. So number 9 is Armenia, which is not a stand. Sorry. And Azerbaijan is not a stand either. So we can see that these 3 countries are not stands. So we have Georgia, Armenia, and Azerbaijan. Okay, on the other side, on Central Asia, we have the stands, beginning with Kazakhstan, which is the country of the Kazakeros. No, sorry, that's a joke. Did you listen to the joke? Yes, you listened to the joke. So we have here Kazakhstan for Yosimar, Kazakh. And then we have south of Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Kyrgyzstan, and Tajikistan. So you can see that Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan are boundaries with China. And this other one, 13, Turkmenistan has a boundary with Iran and also with Pakistan. And with the Caspian Sea. Now, let me go. Okay, we're there. We are there. Now, let me go to the physical map because I want to show you some things. Look at this lake over here, which is some people call it the Aral Sea. Something has been happening to the Aral Sea. Let me show you. I hate this. Don't you hate this? Okay, let me show you the Aral.